Easy guys, Dom here from CDG. So Ready or Not is here now on the PS5, and a lot of you are going to be jumping in and noticing there's a lot of really cool cosmetics that you can unlock, but some of them do require a specific rank for you to earn within specific missions, and things like the tattoos require an S rank, which are actually the hardest rank to get within a mission. But once you know the prerequisites for this, it's not going to be that difficult for you to achieve that, and that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. So first and foremost, you will get an S rank if you do a non-lethal run. Yes, there's lots of other things you need to do, but ultimately that is the thing that people will usually miss. They'll get the A+ score thinking they've done a perfect mission scenario and still get the lower rank. To get the S rank, you need to be using those non-lethals, be that a non-lethal weapon, which are the ones with the orange plastic strips on them, or using things like the non-lethal tacticals, things like the pepper spray, the tasers, the CS gas. Just don't forget to wear a gas mask if you are using that. This also applies to AI teammates if you are using them. If you are playing this single player campaign, make sure that you go in and change all their loadouts to make sure that they've all got non-lethals and no weapons that are going to fire live ammunition. This also applies to the sidearms. The thing is, there's no non-lethal sidearm in the game as of yet. That could change in future updates. Just make sure that there is no ammunition chose for the handguns, and that way the AI teammates are not going to be using the handguns and shooting enemies with live ammunition by mistake. So other important things to note that you could potentially miss that is going to affect your overall score. Make sure you are collecting all evidence. Now, each mission will have evidence linked to the story. When you locate it within the mission area itself, you usually get like this magnifying glass symbol come up on the screen that will tell you to secure the evidence. Make sure that you are collecting it all. You will eventually get to know the type of evidence that you are looking for in the mission the more you play them. But really important, the weapons that enemies drop after they have surrendered also need to be secured, and this is the biggest one that I think a lot of people miss, and that is sometimes purely not down to their own fault but down to the game mechanics. It can sometimes be a bit janky. Enemies, when they surrender, can sometimes panic throw a weapon and it can disappear into the undergrowth somewhere or glitch into a wall or a box. And sometimes the AI teammates can really shine here because they will collect the evidence for you, but sometimes it will be missed. So just make sure that you are really checking every location after you've secured a suspect to be able to make sure that the weapon has been secured. Some enemies will have more than one weapon. They'll have a sidearm and a main weapon, such as an assault rifle or an SMG or whatnot. Make sure that you are collecting both, and also check underneath them. Sometimes they will literally sit on the guns like they're trying to hatch them or something. Do you know what I mean? So just make sure that you move the enemies out the way. You can pick them up and carry them away. Check underneath them and check the location around. If you get a notification in the top left hand corner, it comes up and says soft complete mission. Don't get into a habit of just saying yes, because that means that you've completed the main story element of that specific mission, but that means there's other things that you need to complete. So as I've mentioned, finding the evidence and securing all enemy weapons. Once that has been done and you've achieved all of it, you will then automatically complete the mission and it will end. Other things that can reduce your overall score are things like friendly fire. And that's not just from bulleted weapons, that's also from things like tacticals. Stun grenades going off too close to teammates will cause them to get damaged and will give you a reduction in your overall score. Being too aggressive with civilians or suspects, and that means sometimes shooting them too many times after they've already surrendered, even if you're doing that with non-lethal weapons, you will get a penalty for that too. So basically just be careful with what you're doing and make sure that you're being very methodical about your approach in order to be able to get that S rank. So that's pretty much all the main things that you really need to be following in order to be able to get that S rank. Hopefully this has helped if you are new to the game, and if it has, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another video. Thanks for watching.